What are you talking about, man?
I remember when you got jumped by, I don't remember who it was. At first you said it was 3 Muslims, but you got jumped in Miami, and then immediately you were walking to the street.
I didn't get jumped. I started that.
That was you? What was that story?
Well, I already said on your thing. I was doing a bunch of bad stuff, you know? And it was the same Twitter beef. The guys that were, you know, in the comments will be like, Jesus King, no, actually, Muhammad, no. It's like Twitter comments, and they kind of just wanted an apology, or one of them did. And then I started that.
Okay,
but,
so
you know, I'll tell you this. I've never even been % close to being knocked out. I really thought since you're like 180 pounds, that black guy should have knocked you the out.
I'm 165 right now.
I should have you out, bro. He had gravity coming down with him, and he had a bit of the Holy Spirit in that shit.
There was no Holy Spirit in the punch. First off, he's not even a liberal. He was just a security guard doing his job. I don't really need to be worried about, like, the people that are hating on me on Twitter. They never have profile pictures. They always have a red flag in their name. They always have he, him in their bio. Probably don't have to worry about them at all. They're like the chronically online person who writes a note and puts it on the Tesla, like a Tesla Cybertruck, like you're calling them an incel for buying an Elon Musk car. I don't need to worry about them. I think I'll be okay.
But most guys with your weight, your height, your build, your background, they do get knocked out if they do a 1-minute podcast and stuff. Bro, I'm telling you, are you 180?
165.
There's no way, dude, you're as tall as me. You're 180.
I'm 165. Wallahi, I am.
Say swear to God.
That's what that means.
Right. Okay. You're 165?
I'm 165. Okay, and this is my plan for the month of August, because I think the month of July, it is crazy. It's crazy. August, I'm going to go to the gym, hit iron every single day. Semen retention all of August.
Bro, if you're 165, you're this tall and only weigh 165. That means Eden, who's your height, is almost 190. Eden, but you look like Eden. Like, what?
Yeah, I know. Because I have a good build. Like, I have good muscle displacement. If I gained 15, 20 pounds, like, the amount of respect I would get would be incredible. I don't even want to do it for myself. I want to do it for the aura. I just want to keep on aura maxing. I'm coming off a win from the Moist debate. I had a really good month, so I just want to keep on.
You know why, though?
Why?
It's a 8-year Sneeko.
Shut up. No. It's a hard work year. I've been putting in a lot of. I haven't seen you. I want to see what you've been up to, because it's been like 2 weeks. But I had a great travel run, 5 countries. Just been back for an hour, and now I'm here.
Best content you had all year, I think. That was funny as shit. I didn't think Arab is for. Yeah, he's made for IRL.
He's the best IRL duo that I've ever had. It's not even close. I mean, Fuzi, Neon, like, we bounce off each other really well. I want to keep on doing it.
Never stop IRLing, bro. Never stop. You, of all people, should not stop.
I'm not that good at it by myself. I'm decent. Like, I'm up there top 20, top 10, but I'm at my best when I have a duo IRL, especially a girl.
Top 20, dude, you're easily top 5.
IRL streamers.
Like, you're comparing yourself to Action Man, bro. You're in top 5.
Yeah, I don't actually, off the top of my head, I can't even think. I mean, Speed's the best.
Top 5? Because you'll talk to the locals, you'll do some funny shit, and you'll pick up a chick. Bro, other IRLs is just talking to homeless guys and shit. Like, have you seen kick streamers IRL?
Yeah, I know. They talk to homeless people and they give them, like, money.
I'm the king of IRL. Do you see who I just kissed?
No.
I'm kidding.
What have you been up to for the past 2 weeks?
I've been just flexing on my friends and family about how much I make doing nothing, and spending a lot of time with family and Gary. A lot of time on Twitter Spaces with Gary.
I don't. There's no ROI. Twitter Space is just like a waste of content. But there's no monetization. So why waste your time doing that?
Don't ask. I did 10-hour space yesterday.
It's just like, leave that for Jocosta. I don't get why you would do. At least spark up a Rumble stream. You can get some ad money from there.
But it does kill the loneliness, because like me and Myron were just kicking it for like 4 hours, and we forgot it's a Spaces. It was like a phone call.
Yeah, it's like a public phone call pretty much. I get it, but if you want to cure the loneliness, the best way is monetizing it. And are you serious about going on a trip? Because as soon as I'm done with New York, I want to go straight back to Bosnia.
Yeah, as soon as my feet touch Europe, you can anywhere. You can stay at my hotels. I'll be getting 7-star everything. So it'll be free for you. I think I'm going to leave in like 10 days. I'm really enjoying myself here. And I've got some jizz coming out to fucking see me right now. And dude, 2024, I still haven't had sex. I still haven't had sex with one. I've only had Ed. I'm so much more pure than you, Myron, and all you guys, bro.
So what is the point of spending time with girls? If I never understand it. You're gonna delay the trip by another 10 days.
Either, and you know I'm not lying because you've been around those chicks that are with me, so you know I'm not lying. But I feel so strong. Half the dragging year is done and no one's pregnant. Gary said, Zherka, you're gonna get someone pregnant. What's up? We're actually there, nigga.
So come to Europe. You know how annoying your fans are? That they tell me all the time, babysit Zherka, save Zherka from late. They're saying it in the chat now. I get blamed.
From $80,000 a month.
Oh my! Just get to Europe. You know how annoying it is. You were commenting every Sneeko Updates tweet from the trip. I see you reply to all of them. You're like grading like how I'm like the game you could have. She's so wet right now.
That one was fine. You better have taken out that hijabi girl.
No. You have to. Muslim women, you need to respect. I mean, I got to be honest. The love speech parasocial schizo ruined it. Like it would have been a great content. Just like doing halal dates. Not even a date, but just like going to a museum.
Oh, you're corrupting her.
I'm not corrupting her. If we just did a stream walking around a Muslim museum, right? That could have been great, but all these orcs got to, oh, look, she didn't wear a hijab once. Just like losers who never talk to women, like scaring them away. And then they complain when there's no girl content. That's these people, and I know like half those people are watching this stream right now. Just leave the parasocial stuff away, bro. If you see a really obviously perfect content girl, just leave the incel energy alone for 5 seconds and let me farm.
Damn, we have the same exact grievances with our communities. And they always regret not getting the content. They're so stupid. But who's the girl you were on you were high up on a restaurant with her? Who's that?
Yeah, I want to bring her to Bosnia. We're calling her Blackberry because she's like Sarah Safari but black instead of Blueberry. She's just a girl I saw on the street. Like I was just in Athens, Greece. I picked her up on stream. Like you can see, I'm walking around and picked her. Yeah, I was just walking around Athens, Greece, and I just saw her, looked at her. She didn't know who I was, and she's like, "Oh, is this a vlog?" And we walk around and like we just start doing interviews and stuff. And then as people started coming up to me, she's like, "Oh, this guy's rich and famous." And then yeah, it's just that easy. I paid like $500 for that Sky dinner. It was fun. She's great content too. She's like really comfortable on camera, pretty.
$500 and you didn't.
I don't want to see. I'm not going to make the same mistakes that I made before. With content girls, you can't. You got to keep the will they won't they as long as possible. The sexual tension needs to be extremely strong.
In the chat, simp energy. You didn't smash. You paid $500 to be on the little swing. Are you joking me, bro?
Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't. Specifically,
the berry.
Juice. I am gonna make content. I'm not gonna get involved in there. I've never had this much momentum before. I'm on a generational run right now, Zherka.
You, first of all, you're a double eight hitting a triple. So check it out. Number one, you beat Harley, MoistCr1TiKal, a man who's so lukewarm and on the fence about everything that he's never lost an argument because he's never taken a position. Why would the guy who's so intelligent for like 7 years finally take such an extreme position where he's like, yeah, after a lot of...
You want to know why?
Hey, after a lot of time and research, then you can cut the child's dick. He's trying to say it's an 18-year-old surgery, and I thought we were speaking in the world of form. But he knew what the talking about.
You know why he took such an extreme position for the first time in 7 years after sitting on the fence and just following the trends? Because he misread his own audience. He thought that was the common position. He believed that was the commonly accepted thing that was not going to get him canceled. And as soon as he said it, and he saw the public, because he didn't change his mind during the debate. He's coping in the video afterwards. He's like, I thought it was a hyperbole, blah, lies. I clarified in that debate 100 times.
Bro, first of all, he's a 33 life path dog. That's why I like the dog, but that's why I always defended him. But yo, check it out. He is actually really intelligent, because when he said, I thought we're speaking in hyperbole, I kind of understood what he was saying for a bit. Then I snapped out of it, and I'm like, no way.
No.
He's just weaseling.
No, he's weaseling his way out. If you listen to the debate, and I saw you watch it, so I want to ask you, I want to get your analysis, but...
I've never in my life seen Sneeko win a debate argument that I can't even debate. I can debate anything.
You know, it's the hardest position to take.
One topic, did you get trained by anyone? Muhammad Ajab?
I want to get into that. I did. And actually, you debated the guy who coached me for that debate before, Muslim Lancer. Remember him?
Yo, that guy deserves credit.
I did. I gave him credit right after you called me. After it was over, I called him too, Muslim Lancer. And we had an hour and 20-minute call. I was taking notes. I had a notepad out. We went through simulations. He taught me how to direct a conversation correctly. He saw even before when I've debated, we've done debate analysis. So he coached me pretty much. And yeah, I remember you had a conversation with him. And even when we were prepping for the,
I dominated him.
When we were prepping for the debate, he brought up that, and he's talked about how you try to make him emotional, but he just stays in the frame and the line of questioning. He stays to the point of contention the whole time, and it doesn't fall into your trap.
I didn't think that when you made the point of what's an adult, I really thought you were gonna get slippery there. Damn, bro, that's the hardest position to debate, and you got normies on your side.
Yeah, nobody, even my the strongest lawyer said.
I could have done it. You were not moving. You were yeah, this is my position. I don't think I could have done it. I don't think, bro. I feel like even now, if I trained for it, as soon as the opposition goes, but isn't that a little? My brain goes, yeah, it's weird. I start overthinking it and shit. You went right in no, it's not weird. Is it an adult or not? I'm like, oh shit.
I got that too when he uses the word weird and oh, is it a middle schooler or a high schooler? And you start to, the Western programming comes back that is weird. It's years of programming and training of all this liberal propaganda where you think infantile. And even then he's oh, 12-year-olds, they're playing with dolls. No, they're not. When I was 12, 13, girls, at that age, all you talked about was, yes, bro. Everybody who's in high school. You grow up. This is common in all American public schools. 13, 14, 12, all they're. And then for him to say oh, they're playing with dolls. If you remember being that age, 7th, 8th, 9th grade, the number one thing that people were talking about. And so what's better instead of these people having getting in a marriage, right? Is protecting themselves from that instead of experimenting with crazy things, having same couples, all this. And so even in the debate, I caught myself a couple times when you say, isn't that weird? I'm oh, yeah, it is. But that's why the debate prep was important, and also immersing myself. And I think I did well in the debate because I was in Turkey, and I went to Morocco, and I've been in the Middle East during that time. Because you're away from that Western propaganda, you're away from that world where they consider this is normal, 18 is normal. Well, across the world, it's not. The age of consent across the world is all these places. It's only 18 in California, and so all these liberal YouTubers, they push that narrative and just believe it for no real reason. And I think what's important with that programming comes back, is what it really is NPC programming, is to go back to the books, and this is why it's important for GodPill. If you read the Bible, there's no age of consent. The Bible, it says a man and woman can get married. A man and a woman for all religions, even in Judaism, for example, when they have a bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, that's when they go through puberty. A lot of times when you're 12, 13, and that's a rite of passage where somebody transitions from a girl to a woman, from a boy to a man. That happens when you're 13 years old. That's when they're, within their religion, they are confirmed an adult. And so this is the normalcy that we should be focusing on rather than arbitrary numbers. And even then, those liberal tactics, aren't you weird? You just have to keep bobbing and weaving and then have full conviction.
I don't think I can bob and weave. I think I gotta set these debates up.
Well, if you didn't have the allegations, I think that you'd be able to argue willingly. But you were watching the debate. I was actually really curious. How did I do well and how did I do poorly in that debate?
I remember not being able to take mental notes like I normally do, because that's the first time in my life I've seen you intellectually outpace me. And I was like, oh, what the f*** isn't... Sneako's a money guy. He's not I'm trying to beat Destiny guy. You know, I'm from that kind of part of the web where we try and flex that shit, or we debate bullshit. And I was like, of all debates, the hardest one and you're saying you prepared for this one. You've never even prepared for anything.
I've never prepared for a debate before.
You should prepare for every single debate then.
Yeah, I should. And it's not that different. If you do an hour sitting down taking notes on a phone call with somebody who's knowledgeable in that area, it's a world of difference. I knew everything he was going to say.
When you were being prepped, would you play devil's advocate like Moist?
Of course, yeah. We went through the simulations. Like I played. It was an hour and 20 minutes, but I went through his, and he went through, and then even Muscle Man said he was acting as Moist. And then and also from the DMs that Moist was sending me, I knew exactly what his frame of mind was. I knew his tactic was call Sneeko a pet. So this is where I went immediately. So he's trying to go cancel me and call me. Boom. What's the definition of? He doesn't even know that. Where does it come from? It comes from the Greek word pedo meaning child, foul meaning love. Once you say that, you control the frame of the conversation. Now I know exactly where I'm going. Then, okay, if it means loving a child, what is a child? A child is somebody who hasn't gone through puberty. An adult is somebody who's matured. What age does that happen? It happens for all different ages. What was the age of consent?
Is that the definition of child?
Yes. Yes. Maturity happens, and this is for every species, is physically mature. And the indication that somebody's physically mature are through periods, and for men, a lot of times wet dreams and stuff is physical maturity. So I knew exactly where he was going. But I'm wondering, why were you so sure that I won? Because that was a rare where I streamed and I didn't look at the chat once. Where I was just streaming like or right now I do have the local chat open, the Goblin chat.
There it is. There it is. I've been saying since day one, look at people's performances when they forget chat's there or don't open chat. They're so much better than did you see Critical? When he'd look at his chat, he'd get worse and worse.
He wasn't streaming. He said in the video, I think
he's looking at your chat.
So he didn't know I was streaming. I wouldn't say I tricked him.
Yes, he did.
But he said this in the video. I actually don't think he knew I was streaming. Until in the video he said he didn't know until an hour and 40 minutes in. When we first called, I was setting it up for a while because it was a mobile setup. But I didn't want him to know that I was streaming because I thought that he would be more performative. And also the debate that we had last year, and he uploaded it to his channel called I Talk to Sneeko, got 10 million views. That one, we recorded it, and then he edited it up and did commentary, and it wasn't authentic. So I'm like, I'm not going to fall into this trap again. I'm going to stream it to make sure that I control.
Wait, what was his excuse when you called him out on editing it up? He said, I gave you the vault.
He said that you could upload it yourself, yeah. And even in the debate, he's like, I'll post it. I'll post the debate. He didn't. He literally...
For people who don't know, in YouTube etiquette, that's slimy. That you just have to post the whole thing.
I mean, I don't know what YouTube, because nobody's calling him out for that. Like, I'm not seeing any of his fans. They don't care. Even though he said in the debate he would post it, he took like 2 10-second clips from a 2.5-hour debate and then explained it all for. It's just like it's like he doesn't respect his audience. We would not be able to get away with that if we got a debate and we just like talked about it. Post the thing. We don't want to see your recap of what happened. The video's out there. Let us see the video. But that's how low he thinks his audience is, where he needs to spoon feed information to them as if they're children.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he said he'd upload it, right?
He did.
So now that hiatus he took was kind of a big performative thing, so he doesn't have to upload.
Pretty much, and I think probably to like let the heat die down. But we're gonna keep it. I mean, now that I'm seeing the slimy tactics, it was like 4 a.m. in Morocco. I was about to go to sleep, and then I saw he uploaded that video like explaining it. Very slimy and weaselly, right? I think that's very disingenuous. So I'm gonna keep on harping it. We're gonna keep on pressuring him because he really. I mean, this is so intellectually dishonest to say that, to even participate in it and be like, take the back foot, backtrack everything you said, play the victim and say,
why do you of all people get under his skin where he directly responds to you but no one else? Is it because Gary would say it's the tiger and the dog, Zherka's dog, Sneeko's tiger, Charlie's dog, so they get along? It's a frenemies thing. They like to argue. But, bro, he doesn't respond to many people, just you. It's like you actually get under his skin.
Why do you think that? Because you're better at, like...
No, I have no idea, because technically he's huge. He's huge to respond.
15 million subscribers. He's like, people call him the final boss of YouTube. He's the biggest YouTube commentator in the world.
Why? Do you know that I guess my psychoanalytical take would be the reason someone with 15 million subs responds to Sneeko every time, and, like, it's like... He's giving you a full attention. The reason is deep down, there's something about you that he wants to grow. He wants to grow your channel. Something about him deep down inside, when you of all people call him fake, he goes, no, I gotta respond to that guy. Everyone else he's ignored. So there's something about you that deep down he actually likes you. Because, like, you only give attention to people you like. Even if you, the opposite of liking and loving someone is indifferent. It's like ignoring them.
Right.
He engages in a way where it's like he wants to pay homage. Like, if I'm going to be fake, I'm at least going to grow Sneeko because Sneeko's telling the truth. It's like he feels like he's alternate universe you, where he went blue and he feels guilty. Or maybe I'm looking too far.
I think you're completely accurate. You're good at this stuff. I think you're right. Even when I first we had the cuties thing back and forth like years ago, I remember I used to watch his stuff and I used to think like, oh, this could be me. And then he took a blue pill path. There was this time on YouTube 2016 where a lot of YouTubers that I liked, there was two roads. So many people, and I don't think this was talked about enough, like people like Ethan Klein, people like maybe Hassan, I don't watch him or ever did, but Ethan Klein I used to watch, and he was like kind of in the middle, centrist, like both sides are stupid. And then it was Hillary Trump. And then they decided, like, what am I going to do for the rest of my career? And most of them decided Hillary. And so when I saw all those people choose the left, not because they believe in it, but because it's more popular, I think a lot of them like have deep down, they resent that. And so they see somebody like me or you, and we're the polar opposite, and it's almost like you're two sides of the same coin. And even in the conversation, like, I don't hate the guy. It's funny to see him like get that public pressure, because when he first made that big hit piece about me last year, there were all these hit pieces following suit, all these YouTube swordboy commentators, like 1 million views, 2 million views. Sneeko's terrible, Sneeko's horrible, Sneeko's this, all this, just non-stop brigade. Every time I would tweet, ratio, and it all spiraled from that MoistCr1TiKal video. And all I did was keep on going. I was in Japan at the time. I was in Osaka for a month with Ryan Dawson. And it's just like every day you would see something new. And it was to the point where even my family was concerned. My family was like, maybe you should quit. Maybe you should stop. Like, this is getting through. You lost everything. Everyone's bullying you on the internet. But I just kept on going. And when I see Moist get like a fraction of that for saying 9-year-old should come off, it's like, bro, man up. Like, you have YouTube. You can spin the narrative away. I was able to do it without any of your platforms. So, and towards the end of the conversation, I don't know if you watched the end, we were like, hey man, let's do it again in a year. It's inevitable that this is going to happen again, right? It's good to, but he's going to take a different approach next time. He's not going to let me, ambush him like that in a way intellectually.
Well, that makes me sound slimy. You're not supposed to say it like that. I'm pretty sure he knew you're recording, because YouTubers do this thing where every time they're on call, they assume you're in the room with your editor who's listening, so then they act correct.
Yeah, I mean, at least he knew I was recording, but it doesn't even matter if he was basically like coping, saying he was.
Don't paint your victory, Nico. Don't ever say the word ambush, you idiot, bro.
Well, ambush him intellectually, because here's why I ambushed him. You don't understand, Zherka. The majority of the left, they assume.
Destiny already got the clip. Destiny got the clip of you saying, I ambushed him, I do ambush journalism. Like,
it's not ambush journalism, it's ambush intellectually. They don't believe that I know anything at all. They think that I just say provocative things, and then I take the contrarian point of view. That's what the left Twitter people,
when I first met you, I said that's the one battle. I don't know if it was because he's a dog, and I instinctively I've always liked Charlie. One podcast I was on with him on Scuff, he's the only one who laughed at my jokes hard, and everyone else started copying him because he's like the popular guy, everyone else. So I've always liked him. But bro, there's something about him where when he hears you out, he's actually listening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he paid attention.
He actually turns into a homie when he's around you. Real homies, bro.
Yeah, I mean, in another universe, like maybe he would be a friend, but right now it's
Nico updates where he said MoistCr1TiKal comes back after being JQ'd. And he's like full on Nick level.
Because I didn't even know he was a white dude. I thought he was half Asian for some reason. I thought he was like me or Keanu Reeves. This guy's a white dude, and I cornered him at one point. I said, like, can you say white pride, white power? He didn't even want to say that. I mean, white people are getting decimated right now. It's really obvious. So I was wondering if during the hiatus, I thought it was fun. Like maybe he was getting JQ, because I did JQ him. I told him about APAC. I told him about where comes from. Even then, he tried to call Nick racist, and I BTFO'd him on that. He didn't have any solid points. He said Myron is like, he had nothing. I really wish he'd have come back with the hood on. Like, I was wondering if he's come back with the shaved head, looking like Ed Norton.
I swear to God, I don't know why I always gave that guy the benefit of the doubt for everything, but I never in a million years would have thought Charlie's the type to say, just write off Nick completely. I thought he would be like, well, Nick is like this, but also he's known for this. He was totally like Nick is a white nationalist and stuff. I thought Charlie was he tapped in with the intellectual dark web. You know what I mean? He was more unfair to Nick than
He probably is. He probably is, but I realized what happened after his sketch, what happened after Kaisen having firing his cameraman, what happened to Dr. Disrespect, all this stuff, Chris Tyson, is that people like him are they're walking on eggshells right now, because people they're dropping like flies. Like, people's reputations right now are just, especially like mainstream, top of the line, top tier A-list YouTubers are losing everything like that. And so even then, did you see him snicker when I talked about it, the fact that he was getting in trouble for misgendering Chris Tyson? He's like, he snickers while saying she, is because they're only saying what they are allowed to say so they can keep their reputation. And this is why he backpedaled on saying 9-year-old boys thing, is like he realized like that's the cancelable opinion. Everything that comes out of his mouth on camera, it's just to get the audience on his side. None of it is truthful. None of it is real. And there's a part of him, I didn't know this before, there's a part of him that actually knows it. And they're envious of like the people like us on the Red Pill, GodPill side. They're envious that we have so much free speech. Where this debate was pivotal, where, a lot of the mainstream people, they really can't say anything. You can be really vocal about everything they do, about how fraudulent they are, about their double standards, their hypocrisy, and they don't have any rebuttal because they know we're right.
You just seeing how pumped Myron was in my spaces yesterday. He's like, that's why I'm Sneeko. Just fuck. Bro, Charlie's not a you good.
Myron texted me. He was like, he was really pumped up. Myron's like, I'm so proud of you, bro. Like, he's like an older brother, like watching you score a touchdown. He was really happy with that.
I didn't want to say, I didn't message you like I'm proud of you or anything, because in my head I always feel like that's sunning someone. I don't know why. It feels like you're sunning someone if you say that. I wanted to be like, Sneeko, do this again. Just do this again. Do it again. And bro, if all it takes is preparing, then you gotta prepare, because I didn't think you're like the homework type. Bro, you're clear. Because people don't realize, bro, there's no other argument that's gonna scare Sneeko. Like, you could talk about fiscal conservative taxes now and boring shit. The only scary topic is that one. It's so easy to add pressure with that one. But I'll say this, Charlie was also like a nice guy about it, because he would say things like, Sneeko, I don't think you like children, but the way you come off, he was being a homie there. He was being a homie. He didn't add the real pressure. If I was Charlie, I would have been like, so why do you keep talking about this? You know what I mean? Like, it's so easy to add pressure there. And a lot of people don't realize that if Sneeko wasn't a YouTuber, he wouldn't give a about this topic. But the engagement is crazy, dude. It's crazy.
Well, it's important right now.
People calling yourself a engagement? Where the Sneeko learned this?